everyone, welcome back to my channel, Warren Canonigo, and you're watching the FYI sessions, where Filipino learners can savor bite-sized English lessons with me, Teacher Warren, and my references, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary and Prentice-Hall Grammar and Composition book by Gary Ferlini and co-authors. Today, we will talk about sexist terms and their non-sexist counterparts. Yes, sexist. It has a root of sex, which means a binary concept, male or female. And you can see that in your birth certificate. But if we talk about the LGBTQ community, where I'm a proud member of, then that's another story. That's about gender. That stresses and highlights the idea or concept of gender. And we'll talk about that in a different show, in a different episode, of course. When we say sexist term, it's a term which specifically refers to either a member of the male species or member of the female species. And the non-sexist terms are applicable to both male and female. And I will show you an example later. But before that, let's first get to meet two consonant sounds. That's g and j. Okay, this one is j, this one is g. G, j, g, j. Okay, let's first focus on the sound of g. G as in graveyard, poltergeist, doppelganger, and guillotine. Guillotine or guillotine. Again, guillotine or guillotine. Let's go back to graveyard. So graveyard literally is a cemetery, but as an idiomatic expression, graveyard shift, for example, it means a work done during nighttime or a nighttime work schedule. That's the meaning of graveyard shift. Example of a graveyard shift is a job that you have to perform from 10 in the evening till 7 in the morning the following day, of course. That's graveyard shift. Next is poltergeist. Poltergeist is a transcendental concept. It's a ghost which is capable of producing noise. That's the definition of poltergeist. So it's a little bit scary. It's like a mischievous or a playful ghost, which is capable of manipulating inanimate objects and producing sounds. Personally, I've only seen that in movies and TV shows, and I'm not planning to, not really planning, but I'm not, let's say, wishing, and I don't like to experience it in real life. Okay, next is doppelganger. Well, doppelganger can mean an alter ego or someone who is a namesake, someone who has a different name. Or the most popular definition of a doppelganger is a ghost counterpart of a living person. And growing up, I have always been warned by the old folks that if someone sees your doppelganger, most of the time at a different place or a different area, you have to stay inside your house or you have to stay somewhere which is safe. Because if that happens, then your life is endangered. So, or your life is in danger or at risk. So that's what the superstitious belief suggests. A doppelganger. But okay, but before I found out the exact word, I usually hear people say double ganger. Because a doppelganger can also mean a double. Yeah, a double, an actor's or an actress's double in shooting films or in taping shows. Okay, next is guillotine. Guillotine or guillotine. This one is a, I don't like to say it's an equipment, but it's a machine used to behead people using a blade which actually falls down through a vertical guide. So that's a guillotine or guillotine. Okay, again, so we have the sound of G represented by lowercase letter G, as in graveyard, poltergeist, doppelganger, and guillotine or guillotine. Okay? Next is sound of J, J, as in jail or jail, ridge, jubilee, and rejuvenate. Let's go to the first example, jail. Yes, the there is an alternative spelling for jail, and it is GAOL, spelled like that, but pronounced the same way as the jail, the original or the more popular spelling of jail, JAIL. Homophones. They're homophones. They have the same sound but different spelling, but in this case, the same meaning. Okay. Jail and jail. Again, have the same meaning. Prison. Okay. Next, number two, ridge. It's an elevated portion of something. Ridge. The jubilee means celebration. To be specific, 50th celebration of something, 50th year or 50th anniversary. But it could generally mean celebration. Jubilee. Okay, next is rejuvenate. To be younger or to restore or to bring back to a more fresh state of something. That's rejuvenates. Or to be more youthful or to delay aging. Okay, again, rejuvenate. Again, sound of J represented by lowercase letter J, as in jail, jail, ridge, jubilee, and rejuvenates. Okay, thank you. Now let's have examples of sexist terms and their non-sexist counterparts. We have fireman for males and firewoman for females. Now, if you want to be neutral, if you want to be non-sexist, if you want to play safe, just in case you don't know the sex of the person you're referring to, or you don't want to offend someone, then you can safely just use firefighter. Firefighter. Okay. No, my British accent pronunciation. That's my way of firefighter. Okay, next. Masseur is for males. Masseuse is for females. And the non-sexist is massage therapist. Massage therapist. Okay. Next we have for male, husband. And for female we have wife. The non-sexist is, you can just say spouse or spouse. But the more popular pronunciation is spouse, S. And again, you can also say spouse. Okay. Another example is this one. Statesman and stateswoman. A statesman and a stateswoman are people who already made the art of governing or the art of government their vocation. Okay. So since these terms are sexist terms, so you can just always use politician as the non-sexist term. Although, based from experience, and you can do further research, the word politician has somehow a negative connotation compared to statesman and stateswoman, which have a positive connotation. You can always check the dictionary. I just don't want to mention it here in the show. Okay, the next is policeman, and policewoman, policeman and policewoman. Of course, male, female, so sexist, the non-sexist can be police officer. You can just say police officer. Next example, we have diva, a successful female singer, and devo, a male singer or male concert performer, male recording artist. You can just simply say, to be neutral or to be non-sexist, you can just use the word singer or recording artist. You can also say vocalist or vocal talents, but of course they have nuances. But they are performed or they're referring to a person who can sing very well, of course. Vocalist and concert performer. Next, manhole. This one is sexist, especially because even though it refers to a thing, another person, but it uses the word man. So it's a sexist term. Okay, and to be fair, to be neutral, you can just say access or entry or passage. Okay. Next is chairman, of course. This is masculine. And the feminine counterpart is chairwoman. The non-sexist counterpart is chairperson. Okay. Next is stuntman and stuntwoman. Male, female. You can just say double. And we all know that the work of a double is to perform those let's just say there are certain requirements in a scene that the original members of the cast cannot perform for certain important reasons. And the work of the double is to perform those. So kind of like a doppelganger. Then we have steward and stewardess. Clearly, this is for male steward and stewardess for female. You can just say to use the non-sexist term. We can just say flight or cabin attendants. Okay. So for more examples of non-sexist terms and their non-sexist counterparts, and also if you wanna dig deeper into the concepts or principles of sexism or sexist language, you can do further research. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye!